All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to this evening, and we are proud and pleased to have Pandula Bandara giving us a very nice talk about the temples in Sri Lanka. All right, so Pandula is a fellow of the Asia Photographers Union. He have a lot of medals under his belt. Too many medals, I would say, many medals. All right, so without further ado, we shall let Pandula take over the mic and we shall enjoy his nice images.
Thank you, Stephen. Good evening, everyone. Before I start this presentation, let me thank Stephen for inviting me to do this presentation. So today's my topic is journey through the ancient temples in Sri Lanka. So before I go deeply into the presentation, let me give you a slight introduction about myself, because I know most of the guys who doesn't know much about me. And let me introduce myself first. So my name is Pandula Bandara. I'm a photographer from Sri Lanka. And I start this photography journey in 2017 by doing the basic photography course from Photographic Society of Sri Lanka. That is one of the most oldest societies in the world. It's about almost 120 years old. So at the moment, I'm holding Grandmasters from PSA, and also some voluntary post I'm holding with Photographic Society of America as well. I'm working as a star rating director for photo travel division. Actually, in that case, I'm working very closely with Stephen, and he's my immediate boss there. And also exhibition standard director, region 6, that means South Asia. And very recently I took over as advanced photo travel instructor. So that is a bit of about me. And in my journey, I'm a lot more into the international competition. So far from 2017 to 2021, as of today, I have participated 646 competitions across 76 countries. And up to now, I have won 558 gold medals, plus total awards of 1,852 and 12,755 acceptances. In this journey, actually, I had a dream of opening a society on my own. So in 2020, I opened the society called Serendip Society of Photographers, Sri Lanka. And mainly, I started this society to conduct international competitions, plus workshops for our friendly photographers. So even during the pandemic in 2021, we completed 3 workshops. One is mainly focusing on the travel photography that is in Dambulla area, and the second was mainly focused on people and day-to-day lifestyle, and third one was it's a studio photo shoot. So those are the 3 so far we conducted, and there are many more to come in this year. I don't know what will happen with the pandemic, but so far we have achieved these 3 things. And in terms of international competitions, as of today, I have competed 4 international competitions, namely it's here, and another 4 to come by end of 2021. Okay, so let me give you a slightly bit of insight about the history of Sri Lanka before I start the presentation in detail. Sri Lanka has a very rich culture. It's about 2,000 years of written history. Sri Lanka is well known as Pearl of Indian Ocean, and as of today, we have a population about 20 million people. If you happens to be here into a beautiful country, you can find a lot of hospitality oriented people. And in terms of history, we had three kingdoms. I just go through with the names. I know I'm not much familiar with these names, but I just go through with just the names only. The first kingdom was Anuradhapura, that is way back in BC. They started way back in BC 543 up to 11th century. So it's almost about 1,500 years was a kingdom for Sri Lanka, Anuradhapura. The second was Polonnaruwa, that is in 11th century to 13th century. Then Dambadeniya, then Yapahua, Kurunagala, Kampala, Kotte, and the last kingdom was Kandy. During these 8 kingdoms, we had about 170 kings, including 3 queens. Okay, history of Buddhism in Sri Lanka. So we are going to talk about the temples. So it has to be the Buddhist temples. Then history of Buddhism in Sri Lanka. We got Buddhism from India. That is in between BC 307 and 267, during the period of King Devanapiyatissa. At that time, India was ruled by the Emperor Ashok. These 2 kings are very good friends. They have not been seen, but they are very good unseen friends. So at that time, the Emperor Ashok has decided to send Buddhism to 8 places in the world. So he has decided Sri Lanka as one of his favorites. So because of that, he nominated his own son to come to Sri Lanka with Buddhism. So this is the place we took Buddhism in that period. This is called Mihintale. Actually speaking, these 2 photographs are not from my gallery. So this was taken by one of my good friends, Lanka Vijay Singha. Thank you, Lanka, for providing me these 2 photographs. So these are the 2 places. And if you look at this, the rock, it's about 1,000 feet height. So the Emperor Ashoka's son, he was a Buddhist monk. He came with another few people to this place and met King Devanapiyatissa. So that is in between 307 and 267 BC. Okay, let's get on to the temple. So this is called Tuparame. I know you all are not much familiar with these names, so don't worry about that one. This is called Tuparame, and this is from the Anuradhapura era. And this is the first ever stupa in Sri Lanka after having Buddhism. Actually, we had another one before this, but this is the first one after having Buddhism. In terms of photography, now these places are highly crowded. Normally, these Buddhist monks, they don't come when there is a huge crowd. So due to the pandemic, actually, when I was there, not much of people there. But early days, pre-pandemic time, it's any given time, you can see 50, 100 people hanging around these areas. But at that time, normally, the daytime, these Buddhist monks, they don't come for their rituals because they need more calm and more silent environment to do their activities, right? So, but lucky for me, they came here around 6:30. This is a kind of a bit of a night shot. And also I saw these Buddhist monks are going right around the stupa, and I took a slow shutter in this picture. So same here. This is about around 4:35 o'clock. They came here around that time. So they are doing meditation. So as I said earlier also, they need very silent environment. So but because of pandemic, that is perfect for these Buddhist monks. Normally they come after 6:30 when these places are closed, and nobody was there at that time. But these days, if you go anytime, you can see these pictures. You can see these kind of things happening in the evenings and in the morning. So these pictures are mostly taken for the purpose of travel photography. Okay, this is the same picture, and I did a bit of a creative thing here. So I'm using this software. This is a special software. Once you take the picture, you can convert this into a painting. Right? You can convert the whole thing into a painting and take whatever the elements you want. You can take back as the natural. So, but only thing is in terms of competitions, you can't apply these kind of pictures with the travel section, but open sections, of course, you can go with that. Okay, this is also from Anuradhapura. This is actually most of the Buddhist people believe that this is the most powerful place on earth in terms of Buddhism. That is mainly because the Lord Buddha's most of the relics, the collection of huge amount of relics are deposited inside this stupa. That is why they believe that this is the most powerful place on earth. And also there's a belief this will long last for 5,000 years without any problem. Almost this is about now 2,300, 2,400 years old. This was built by the great king Dutugamunu in BC 140. That is after he had to fight a war to recapture the capital, and at that time one of the Indian king was Sri Lanka, and he was ruling the country for nearly about 40 years, but he came and recaptured the Anuradhapura capital, and then he started developing the country. So after that he made a lot of Buddhist temples, stupas, and so many things. This is one of that, and this is one of the biggest ones in Anuradhapura, and also most important stupa for the Buddhist. Okay, this is also the same place. As I said earlier also, there are not much of people due to the pandemic. Normally this place always you can see about 300, 400 people are coming, especially in weekends. It's huge. I went here I think Saturday or Sunday, it's a weekend, but still you can see very few people are there. That's why these Buddhist monks are doing their prayers. So this photo also slow shutter, it's about 4 seconds, maybe maximum 5 seconds, 6 seconds. Okay, again, the same thing I have done to this particular picture as well. So using that software, I have made this one into a complete painting and taken the Buddhist monks back to the normal. Okay, another stupa that is also in Anuradhapura is UNESCO protected city, and this is called Jetavana. This is also done in 267 AD by the King Mahasen. This is the highest brick structure in Sri Lanka. This is about 400 feet in height and 122 feet in height actually. And also this is also believed that it's a very powerful thing, because as Lord Buddha's relic in this one has called part of Lord Buddha's belt is here. So that's why people believe it is a very powerful place as well. And same as the other stupas, this is also fully vacated. Not much people around here, but good for the Buddhist monks. They can do their prayers and their other things very peacefully. Okay. Apart from the temples, I just want to tell you a few things about the Buddhist monks as well. So they are the backbone of the Buddhism actually. So they are the people who are going to take forward the Buddhism in future. And these Buddhist monks, right? So they when they decided to devote their life to the Buddhism, they have been sent to the temple. That is mainly with the parents' approval. So they can come to the temples after 7 years. Right. So once they come to the temples, actually they don't have parents. They don't have their the the prayers, the relations, and everything is the monks who are with them. So uh, it's like it's a really a disciplinary process they have to go through, and this is a common process in the sense every temple it's similar. So normally what they do is every day early in the morning they have to get up around 4:30 in the morning. They have to get up, and first thing what they do is they go and pick flowers to worship Lord Buddha. Now every temple doesn't have this kind of lake to go and go in the boot and take the flowers, but the procedure is same. They have to go somewhere and take the flowers and do the prayers. Okay, when they have their free time, what they do is they will play with their friends, and after schools they have enough time to do their playings and everything like this. Because I have been with these small monks nearly about 3 4 days with them, so I know each and every step what they're taking after school, and when they get up in the morning what they're doing. So even these photographs you can see they're relaxing. Actually this is also taken in the um, historical city of Anuradhapura. So in this place there are so many temples, and all the Buddhist monks in the evenings they come and have chat with their friends, and they're relaxing. So I saw this two walking there and took this picture. Okay, this is called Kuttampokuna in Sinhalese. In English, it says twin pond. It's like a swimming pool, and there are two ponds adjoining. One is from my backside. I could capture only this one. Look at the architecture. This is about 1,500 years old at the moment. This is highly, highly technical, and the architecture is perfect. If you look at the carvings and other things, all perfectly done. That is a this is a very good evidence of the ancient Sinhalese, their creativity, their ability to create this kind of thing. It's amazing thing. And if you look at the pipelines, it's all underground, and they have taken water from a long distance to this place. And also the purifying system that has about 4 layers. It's totally amazing. I don't know how they did without the latest technology. And this was given to the Buddhist monks for their whatever the things they want to do, they can do with these ponds. Okay, this is one of cave temples in Sri Lanka. This is also more than 1,500 years old. And look at all these murals and the statues of Lord Buddha. It's totally perfect, and still it's protecting highly. And I just want to tell you, this is how these the Buddhist monks how they pray in the evening before they go into sleep. Look at this one, also the same temple, and see these murals all are in good condition. Even the paintings, it's all about more than 1,500 years old, but it's in good shape and good colors, good contrasting. Everything is in perfect manner. So this is also the same temple, and you can see this statue, standing statue of Lord Buddha, that was made out of black stone. It's not an easy thing to do it manually, but they have done it. And early days they had a roof and a full building here, but unfortunately we don't have those things at the moment. And this is how when these Buddhist monks have their free times, they go and do the meditation in front of these statues. Okay, so this one also I have done the previous thing, making it to a painting kind of thing. That has came very nicely, I guess. But only thing you cannot apply with this kind of thing in travel photography, but it's perfectly okay with open open color. Okay, now I have come to the main part of this presentation. Actually, Stephen must have seen all of these photographs. That's why he wanted me to do this presentation with the Sri Lankan historic temple. So this is the main and the biggest the cave temple in Sri Lanka. And this was way back in 2nd and 3rd century. In this Dambulla Cave Temple complex, as of today, we have found 80 different caves there. But 5 caves are active in the sense those are decorated. All these paintings and the murals, statues, everything is there in that 5 caves. Inside these 5 caves, we can find 150 statues. Out of that 150, 3 are from kings, 4 are from gods, and 143 from Lord Buddha statues. Actually, this was renovated by 3 kings. I will tell you later. And this the whole area, the whole 5 caves which are decorated. It's about 2,100 square meters. That I know most of the people who have visited Sri Lanka definitely must have visited this place, right? A little bit about the history. The King Malagamba, who was through the country in 2nd and 3rd century, in between 2nd and 3rd century, and he was a refugee. He was a refugee for 15 years in this location. And also this was we believe that prehistoric Sri Lankans also lived in this complex. Right. So he was a refugee for 15 years because his capital Anuradhapura was taken over by one of the South Indian person, and he was ruling the country from Anuradhapura, and he has to be in this space and reorganize his army to fight with that person. But finally, and he fight with that person and regain the capital. And after that, he convert this Dambulla caves into a temple. Right. In terms of photography, if you are going to this place, you have to keep it in mind. This is very crowded, and also no lights. We have lights. We have, I think, maximum about 4 or 5 LED lights are there because they don't put much lights. It's not. It's very harmful to these pictures. In that case, they don't allow even the flashes. Right. So what I did was, first time actually I didn't know anything about these things. I went without a tripod. Now this time I went with the tripod. This is 30 second exposure. You cannot jack up the ISO and take the picture. You can take it, but you won't capture all these minor details. This much of with this much of beauty. So you have to go with tripod, and I think you have to take special permission and as well. And somebody can ask me where are the people inside here. Now I want to tell you that as well, because there are so many rituals these Buddhist monks has to do in this temple. So what they do is they normally come after 6 o'clock. 6 o'clock is the time where this temple is closed. So after 6 o'clock, it's out of bounds for all the tourist people. So I took special permission to capture these rituals then and there. So even if you are going to visit this place, you may take special permission to take this kind of photographs. Okay, I did the same thing to this photograph as well. you can do it to any photograph. And this is another side of that main cave. So look at all these the statues and also the painting. These are very colorful, because if you go to this place, you won't see this because there is no lights. But if you photograph this one in a correct manner, you can see all these colors, right? Even I can remember one time Stephen argued with me, why did you over process this one? I said no, I didn't do that, because when you do it with slow shutter, the long exposure, you get all these colors. Those are very beautiful. So look at this one. This is kind of a gold mine. Actually, this is the last part of the cave temple, and this was constructed last kingdom, the Kandy, and this is about only say 200, 300 years old, this part, but it's very colorful, very nice. Okay, this is my first photograph in the Pandula Cave Temple. At that time, as I said earlier also, I didn't bring my tripod, but I took this photograph. I kept my camera on a desk and took this photograph. This is also same way. It's about 28, 30-second exposure. And also I won many awards for this particular image only. This one I won about more than 20 gold medals and so many other awards as well. And at the same time, the same day, I took these photographs as well. And you can see there are so many people here, but due to the long exposure, all are gone and one lady is there. I kept the camera on this table and took this photograph. Okay, back to the Buddhist monks. So normally during their learning period, they have to go to the monastery schools every day. So that will start after 1:30 till about 5:30 in the evening. So before they go to the monastery school, they have to do their homework, and if there is any questions, they have to clarify with the senior monks. So this is how they do their homework and clarify their questions with their senior monks during the daytime before they go to the monastery school. Okay, as I said earlier also, the small monks are coming to the temple at the age of 7 or more. So once they come to the temples, they are being well looked after by the villagers. All the food are being given by them, and also the shelter is being taken care of. But there are some places, there is no hard and fast rules. There are some temples, these Buddhist monks, they go house by house to collect food. So this one is one of that occasions. I took this photograph early in the morning at about 6 o'clock. It's a misty morning. I saw this thing happening. We call it in Sinhala Pindapati. Pindapati means you are going to meet villagers to their houses and take the food. So it's a very nice scene, but nowadays everywhere you can't see, but there are certain places still you can see that one. Okay, not as a bunch, sometimes they go alone as well. Now this monk has gone alone to take their food, but now you can see whether it is rich or poor, so they go every place and they take whatever they give. So this is one of the monastery schools, how they learn things from here. And let's see. Okay, so this is how they spend their leisure time with their friends and reading books and chatting and doing whatever they want. Okay, now back to the temples, and this is the second kingdom in Sri Lanka, that is Polonnaruwa. Actually, mainly I'm focusing on the main two kingdoms, Anuradhapura and Polonnaruwa, and this is called Vatadage. In Sinhalese, this is Vatadage. Look at the architecture, look at the carvings, everything is perfect. Most importantly, this Vatadage was vacated for nearly about 800 years. Even after 800 years, you can see how it stands. It's really beautiful. and this was built by the great king, King Parakambahu, that is in 11th century, who ruled this country from Polonnaruwa. At that time, there was a belief that if you want to become the recognized king, you have to have the Lord Buddha's tooth with you. So every king who had the tooth with them, they have to build a temple of tooth. So this is the temple of tooth for King Parakrambahu. At the moment, the temple of tooth is in Kandy. This is in Polonnaruwa area. In Polonnaruwa area, you have a few other temple of tooth as well. This is the first one and the most beautiful temple of tooth uh, in Polonnaruwa area. Okay, this is the same place, and I took this picture from inside the temple of tooth. Earlier, this was with the roof as well. Now we don't have that wooden roof there. And also the early days it had about 4 statues. Now it's remain only 2 as well. So this is called Lanka Tilaka. This is also made by the same king, and it's known as art gallery. In English, it's art gallery. This is a 5-story building, and also this is the only building with a 5-story brick building. So there is no concrete involved in this one. This is only with the brick, and there was a roof there on top. At the moment, this is the only remaining part. And there's a story behind this one. This is a complex of temples here, and they believe most of the goods, they come to this world to worship this place. And this is what I heard from the books, and I read from the books, and one of the most beautiful places in Polonnaruwa. Okay, back to the Buddhist monks again. So when they're doing their washing clothes, and when they want to have a bath, if they have a water stretch nearby the temple, they definitely go to those places and play with their friends and doing these kind of things. So I just photograph for the sake of doing in competitions. Okay, back to Polonnaruwa area. This is one of the hospitals, belongs to Buddhist monks in 11th and 13th century in between. And at any given time in this hospital can accommodate 500 Buddhist monks. So now we have only these parts here. It's about 1,000 years old now. And the most important part is this one. This is called Behetoro in Sinhala. In English, it's the medicine board. Whenever you get a very ill Buddhist monk or any person, you will put the patient into this one and fill with medicine. It's a different technique. I don't know how they have done it, but it's worked. Okay, this is called Rankot Vehera. This is more similar to actually the earlier one I showed you, the Ruan Melisai. It's almost similar to that one, but in size this is very small. And Rankot Vehera means that is the Sinhala version. Ran means gold. It's kind of actually it's more similar to the Ruan Melisai. So let's see another angle of this one. I think this is a very unique one, unique angle. Even I myself have not seen this angle before I took this photograph. This is the same Rankot Vehera. I took this photograph from a lake. Actually, there is a huge lake called Parakmu Samudra in Polonnaruwa. If you want to take this picture, you have to go into the middle of this lake. So I took a boat and went early in the morning. Yeah, it's about around 6:30 in the morning, but luckily I saw this elephant is also crossing the same time the lake. So it's a very nice scene, and it's a totally different angle. You can't see even if you go there. You have to take the boat and go to the middle of the lake to see the sun. So this is another part of Polonnaruwa era, and all these statues are made purely out of the black stone. So these carvings are excellent skills of the early Sinhalese whatever the engineers or whatever the people who have done this. It's and also this one is also vacated for nearly about 800 years. We have found after the 13th century, we have found this one in 1943 by Britishers, but still it's doing well. Okay, now let me tell you about some lady monks. So they are also doing the same thing like the male monk. So at the age of 7 or more, they are coming to the monastery schools or whatever the temple. So they also have to follow the same procedure as the male monk. So they are also learning the same thing. So in this photograph, you can see how they go to take their breakfast or lunch. Okay, whenever they also have their they do they talk with each other, the friends, and also they learn many things from their friends. And these are very ancient books, I would say nearly about 400-500 years old books. So they have many questions to clarify with their friends and the teachers. So this is how they spend their normal free time. Okay, this is a monastery school in Lady Monk's temple. So this is how they learn every day. Same like the male monks, they also start at 1:30 in the afternoon and go till about 5:30, 5 o'clock. And this is very important. From the beginning, from the start, they are learning how to do meditation. But in this case, meditation you can't do alone. You have to have guidance, proper guidance from a senior monk. So this is how they learn how to do meditation every day. So this is happening from the beginning. So it will continue till the end of your life. So this is how they do their prayers for the Lord Buddha. Okay, another kingdom actually. This is in between Polonnaruwa and Anuradhapura. This is called Sigiriya, and also this is very famous. This is being known as eighth wonder of the world. I know most of the people who are coming to visit Sri Lanka, definitely they are going to see this place. If you happen to be here, so please go and see this one, because you will see a lot of architecture. The most important thing is how they have taken water on top of this mountain, this rock. And this was built by King Kashyapa. At that time, this was a temple. Uh, when he came, he's the only king who ruled this country from this rock kingdom, Sigiriya. So when he came to this place, this was a temple, and there was Buddhist monks. So when he wants to make this temple, he has to ask this place from these Buddhist monks, and he had to give another place to these Buddhist monks. So I took these photographs from the other place. This is called Tidurangala, and from Pidurangala, this is how the Sigiriya, the rock temple, is look like. And this temple is still functioning. This is the temple complex, how they take water for the purpose of the usage. And this is one of the brick statues in Pidurangala, and this is a very nice one. And also these are the other elements inside the Pidurangala temple. So thank you very much, all of you all, and that's it from my end. If you have any questions, you can ask now.
Very nice images. So
Thank you.
how many days will it take to shoot so many temples?
No, actually, it's like this, Stephen. You can't do it in one day. Now,
Yeah.
say if I go to Dambulla, I stay there nearly about 3-4 days with those Buddhist monks. So that's how I take those photographs. You can't go just go there and take all these photos. Even if you go to Anuradhapura, it's a huge area. You have at least 2 days. You need to take some kind of photographs. That's how. Polonnaruwa is a totally different area. So likewise, it's not a one-day journey. You have to at least spare up 2 or 3 days for that one.
So the best time to shoot this is during the golden hour. So are there any hotels nearby, or where do we stay? Where do you stay? Actually?
Yeah. But there are enough hotels. It's a tourist area.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, because we want to go there early or late in the evening to avoid the tourists, so we must stay quite nearby. You see.
I think even early in the morning is also good. Even in the evening, say about 5:36 is also very good time.
Mm-hmm.
But if you are going to this place, Dambulla, in the evening after 6 o'clock, you have to take special permission. But you can talk to the travel agent and take those permission.
Okay. Can we arrange the monks to be there?
Yeah,
Okay.
anytime. I'll take you.
So when's the best season to visit these places? I mean, the to avoid the raining season, right?
Yeah, but this is in the dry zone actually. You have to avoid November, December. So other November, December, and also January. Uh, yeah, other months it's okay, all okay.
Mm-hmm. Any questions
I,
from anyone?
I am Professor Vishwata Sengupta, Joint Secretary Photographic Association, Lucknow, India.
Hi. Hi.
I'd like to congratulate Mr. Pandula for his lucid and beautiful presentations. I have a
Thank
very
you.
small questions, whether
Okay.
there is any restrictions to all the general people for taking photographs of the temple, firstly. And
No.
second question is, he has referred about the painting using some software. What kind of special software he used to use? Whether it's in general Photoshop Fractal or something else.
Yes. Okay. For the first question, actually, there is no restriction. You can take photographs, but only thing, like Tambula, all those rituals are happening after 6 o'clock, because during with those tourists and all the other people, it's very difficult to monks to do their prayers and everything. So what they do is normally they come after 6 o'clock. 6 o'clock, the temple is closed. So what you can do is you can take special permission and go there and take the pictures. Other than that, there is no restrictions. But only thing, in these cave temples, you cannot use the lights, because lights, it's harmful to the painting. So that's why it's difficult to take. In terms of that software, it's called Red Line Quad Pencil.
Headline?
Red Line Quad Pencil. QUAD. QUAD
Yeah.
and pencil. PENCIL.
For the very, very long exposure, 20, 30
Yes.
seconds, the monks
Yes.
must be very, very static, very still.
Yeah, because normally when they are doing their prayers, they don't. They are not moving.
Uh, not easy.
Yeah, it's not easy. I know it's not
Yeah.
easy. Uh, but anyway, you have to take slow shutter as well, Stephen, because you can jack up the ISO and take the pictures, but there are so many noise. I know, because it's very dark inside that cave temple. Yeah, I saw only very few LED lights are there, but it's totally dark. So if you want to capture all these minor details, you have to go with the slow shutter.
Tripod, no problem, right? Tripod.
Yeah, no problem. No problem. No problem.
Okay. Any questions from anybody? Is drone photography allowed there? Using the drone?
No, you have
Oh.
to take permission. Yeah.
Oh no.
You-
Okay. So there are more than 10 temples. You must get 10 different permissions.
yeah, you have to take permission for that.
Oh
So
no.
that you can arrange actually before you come. You can tell your travel agent, so he will arrange. Mainly in Anuradhapura you can do, but definitely you have to take permission. Like on top of Ruan Valley, and there are so many places. But in Dambulla you can't. It's inside the cave,
Mm.
so it's no point taking
Yeah.
it drone.
Correct.
Even organize a trip.
Yeah, we plan to do so, but not in the next 1 year. You see, that's why we are trying to see how many days we need to plan for the trip. Any hotels nearby, the logistics. I think 8 days is enough for the trip. 8 days.
8 days is more than enough. You can cover the other things as well. Now, shipping thing and all. Now I have to
Oh
do
yeah, the
100%.
fisherman.
Oh,
Yeah, the
right?
fisherman.
Yeah. Oh.
Yeah, Pandula's next talk is about the fisherman. Yes.
Can cover those things. Yeah, 8 days is perfectly okay. Yeah, that is okay.
So during daytime, beside the blue hour, what are the other attractions that we can actually capture? Is there any good street photography scene?
You mean in the temple side or any other areas? There are so many areas in Sri Lanka. So
Yeah.
yeah, this is all about the temples, and you can. There are so many industries as well, like sand mining, then sultans, then there are so many things you can photograph. Even gem mining. If you look at the people and how they work, kind of thing, you can go to the upcountry. There are tea estates are there, rubber estates are there. So many things you can photograph. Not only these temples.
It is okay and acceptable that we take some of the photograph of the people on the street. Is it okay? Is it acceptable?
Yeah, definitely it's okay. It's okay.
Within the temple premises, must we be barefooted or we can still wear our shoes?
No, barefooted.
Oh, okay. How about socks? No problem.
No, that is only inside that.
Ah,
It's a small premises. Now, say if you go to Tambula and inside the cave temple, you have to take it off your shoes. But you can go very close to the temple. It's about just not even 100 meters. Don't worry about that.
So for the 8 days in Sri Lanka to cover the different spots, I think we must keep on changing hotels overnight, right? Every day move and move and move.
Actually, if you look at now, say Dambulla, Sigiriya, Polonnaruwa, Anuradhapura, it's close by. So you can sit in one place and go for photography. It's not big deal. Even when I go there, I used to stay at Dambulla. From Dambulla, I used to photograph Dambulla plus Anuradhapura.
Okay.
Even you can do in Polonnaruwa, you can do wildlife as well. There is a park. It's full of elephants. Wild elephant.
Seasonal also, or the whole year round?
No, whole year you can find. There are two jungles, one Minneria and Kaudulla. So some months they are in Kaudulla, the other months they are in Minneria, all very nearby together.
Because the map of Sri Lanka looks very big, you see. So from point to point is like 2-3 hours, or?
No, no, it's about 5 hours, 6 hours.
5 hours, okay. Not 3 hours.
No, but if you are traveling from Colombo to Dambulla, it's about 3 hours.
So the time to leave the hotel must be correct, otherwise we'll miss the good lighting.
Don't worry, I think if you can plan for 8 days, it's perfectly enough.
Yeah, that will be next year at least. All right, any questions from the audience for Pandula before I wrap up this evening? Okay, so we'll keep in touch. We'll look forward to the next sessions, and have a good night, everybody. All right, cheers.
Thank you, Stephen.
Okay, cheers.
Thank you very much. Thank you, everyone. Good night.